I try to tell them that the pain real. No amount of words could tell you niggas how the pain feel. 2020 lost it all, my brother in the same year. Blew $250,000 in the streets, I'm just being real. Pumping pounds and pushing P's. Fit with malice like I'm pushing T.
Going on YouTube, back with another video. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about the Reverend Ninjas. Yes, the Reverend Ninjas. If you're a targeted individual, you experience this on a daily basis. You're gonna experience this morning, noon, and night. They're gonna bring it to your front door. They're gonna bring it to you in traffic. They're gonna bring it to you at a red light. They're gonna bring it to you at whatever business you stop by. It's inevitable. You're gonna be surrounded in it. Shout out to Targeted Tony too. I watched this video the other night. He spoke on it. I watched it happen twice in his video. Perfectly synchronized, and they're gonna always rev the engine when they get by the target or parallel to the target. So you're gonna know it's designated for you. Now, we have relocated 3 different times in the last 2 years, and it followed us everywhere. Right now, yes, in our new townhome, it's happening as well. So what they would do would pull up in front of the house, but they wouldn't park, and they'll just rev the engine in the parking lot, rev the engine. It'd be all random people, but for some reason in front of our apartment unit is a hot spot for all type of people of all ethnic groups. No one's getting in, no one's getting out. Sometimes some people's getting in, sometimes some people getting out. For some reason, everybody like to do it in front of our apartment unit. Go figure. So as a targeted, shout out to Absent-Minded Abe too, because he spoke on combating this like a month and a half ago, I want to say, on one of his videos. And ironically, this is the same thing that I do too. I actually used to, let me just show y'all so y'all know I ain't lying. I used to walk around with these. I used to go to sleep with these because they would do that all day. All day. All day, everywhere. I kept headphones on. I did everything. Then what I did was try to stop focus on the herd, but it's hard when you have this going on morning, noon, and night. No matter where you go, 24/7, 365, 366 on a God leap year. If you understand me. Yeah, so as he said, so back to what he was saying about combating it. Yeah, I control the volume of my surroundings. So if, they want to pull up and do that out front after I documented or whatever, whatnot, just to show how often it happens. And as I stated, just to show what type of people do it, and just to show that half of the time, no one's getting in and out of the car. They're not picking no one up. They're not dropping no one off. It's just random people for some reason pulling up right there doing it. So they may slow down because I've been documented so well. Who knows? But you will want to find a way to deal with that if you're struggling with it. If you're a real targeted individual, as I stated, your surroundings, they like to control the environment of your surrounding. They want to fill your environment up with abrupt, loud sounds. That way it could trigger you. Your heart rates get to pumping. It keeps you in fight or flight mode. This was the tactic they was using way back when, like Tony said, the MK Ultra, the Stasis used it, military used it, Black Ops military. I mean, it's well documented. You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna get real better with this. I'm gonna start putting things in the description, because for real, I be up here on my hood shit. Like I said, I never saw me doing this. Who knew? Go figure. Hey, but yeah, tactic they've been using for a very long time, and it's pretty effective if you don't know how to combat it, or you're not doing anything to combat it, because it's gonna catch you. It's like they're always watching, so it's like they're gonna always try you type shit. They're gonna make sure that your neighbors is involved. You already know how the community gets into it. What they tell them, I can only imagine what they tell them, but one will only imagine if this, let's just say, if law enforcement or government officials go up to a regular neighbor and tell them anything about Joe Blow over there, 9 out of 10, that person is going to believe that law enforcement agency or law enforcement officer or whatever. That's just, I like to say, 10 out of 10. who wouldn't? You know, you got law enforcement saying this, and who knows if they forged anything, for Christ's sakes. But yeah, that's one thing you want to do. And how I do that, as I stated, when they pull up with the Reverend, or when, like I said, right through that tree line, if y'all can see it, if that tree line, right through that tree line is a next street. I mean, it's a street next over, leading right here near this, that, and third, right? So what they do is park right on the other side of that tree line is just rev right there, 24/7. Then you'll have sirens pop right there, just out of the blue, just weird, 24/7. They really don't do that at night, but throughout the day, it's fair game right there. What they'll do, I describe with the other shit. I mean, that's every day in traffic. You know, it's gonna be, if I'm at a red light, then somebody pull up right beside me, coincidentally with the loud Reverend Jones, just Reverend at the, you know, but what could I say? You know, if I can't say nothing to someone who's doing that, because to the public eye, they're mad in their business. They're just sitting there. But covertly, they're harassing you with psychological tactics like pussies. But, you know, you really want to just learn ways that best suit you. For me, like I said, it's the music. I cut the TV up real loud. However, I even fall asleep with the TV up loud because I try to adapt to the loud sounds. I try not to. It helped me, to be honest, though, because at first, you know, the slightest thing would have me jumping. And when I seemed to get to that stage, you know, I really had to try to do something to combat it. And that's been months and months ago. So that was the one thing, you know, and what I did realize too, though, is sitting in the house hurts that more than to help it, because, you know, the sounds become more abrupt and it's hard for you to predict them because you can't see when it's going to happen. For some reason, that's how my mind processes it, because when I'm outside and they doing the Reverend vehicles, I respond to it better because I see and hear it coming. You know, if you're in a building somewhere or in your house and you don't have a visual outside, then really they could already be parked out front and just get you with it out the blue. That abrupt, loud sound, 9 times out of 10, gonna catch whoever's not prepared for it off guard, regardless on if it's something they've been doing to you for a year or a month. So, I mean, that's how like I said, maybe that's just my method of madness. Who knows? But yeah, so that's a tactic that they definitely still do to me heavy to this day. I get it all from. They started with the FedEx shit, but like I said, things like that I don't be caring, bro. They want you to see it. They want you to see it. They want you to pay attention. They want you to look paranoid. They want you to document it. You know, I see the shit. Here I am speaking on it. If it weren't for me wanting to goddamn get back more into my gang stalking content and leave all that other shit alone. So if it wasn't for that, though, I wouldn't probably be here making this video, because for real, like I said, a lot of the stuff I wasn't going to even talk about. But, you know, might as well tell y'all what I'm going through and what I notice other targets that go through that's very similar to what I go through, if not identical to what I go through. And like I said, you can predict these things 24/7. It's not hard to prove that these things are going on. But like I said, me personally, I just don't. That's what they want, your attention. But then, you know, it's still that downside, because sometimes it's important to pay them some attention, if you understand what I mean, because they don't play fair. They play completely dirty, and it's them versus us. You got to understand, when you got people who specialize in psychological warfare, using it on the masses, and then you have like government shields or the media working against us, or, you know, stories like that Stephen Marlowe piece of shit like hit the news. That shit don't help labeling yourself as a targeted individual, even though that shouldn't matter to most of you if you know what you're going through is real. Because I feel like, you know, you wouldn't tell a rape victim to shut the fuck up and don't speak on what they going through. You wouldn't tell somebody who mother just got murdered in front of them not to fucking say something, and they the fucking victims. So I ain't never been a fan of that. If you would tell a victim of psychological warfare and government experimentation to not speak up because it's your fucking mind can't grasp it, or you act like it don't happen when it's so many files that it happened. It's so many government files, like programs on the CIA website that you still can look up to this day. You think that shit just abruptly stopped? I mean, you think it just stopped? Oh, what it is they really don't expect certain people to catch on the bullshit. That's what it is. So they gotta paint us crazy because we caught on to the bullshit. That's what it is. So I get that. But to those people who just try to brush it off, when you got actual files, you could go on the CIA website and still type in Project Mockingbird and Monarch, and you still see records directly from there that let you know. You think that shit just abruptly stopped? You think they just stopped? Hell, goddamn no. If you do, then you're one of them, or you're a straight NPC, a fucking bot. But yeah, so you will want to learn ways to cope with that. I ain't really want to make this video too long. Let me see. Cause that's a motherfucker. If you don't learn how to cope with it, man, getting outside, I'm gonna be sure. I be wanting to upload more, but that requires me to be documenting more about mine. They took a lot from me when they took my first channel because I was talking about everything, sectonic rituals. Everything. I showed everything from the beginning to the end. My run-ins, I had my standoff with the Rico County Police on there. I had everything, some one-of-the-kind evidence. So they really set me back. So I feel like a lot of the shit of being me is repetitive. I don't want to. It's me getting out here regurgitating the same information that everybody else talk about. I ain't about to be talking about. If I'm gonna talk about it, though, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna mislead people and talk about shit that you can't prove. That people be wanting you to talk about it from their point of view and their aspect, and that shit's weird overall because if someone is really going through this shit, then it's some people that we could physically get prosecuted. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hurt that a demon that jumped out, man. Not saying that that's not true. Not saying that demons don't exist. Not saying that I don't believe that that's possible or that's not what's going on, but I'm not about to sit up here and say demons is jumping in and out of from people's body and making them do this thing. I want to be heard, motherfucker. I want to be heard. And it's weird that you have people who's supposed to be grown up here can't fathom that, though. It's weird that you have grown people up here who saying that they're going through things like this that can be proven, that you could document your experiences that predicting what's going to happen next. You could do this. You could. You can't record a demon jumping out of somebody's body and then want everybody to pay attention to you and say that, well, this is the only thing that matters. You can't. A lot of shit like that. Like I said, I understand. Like I said, we have to understand we're dealing with the intelligence agencies. We're dealing with so many apparatuses of this shit, bro. The shit deep, though. Like I said, I don't give a fuck who believe me, who don't. I don't care. I ain't up here for that. I'm up here for real. What I started on this channel was loading my evidence up this joke because I was looking like shit. If they gonna kill me, I'm gonna have some up this bitch posted and motherfucker could take it as crazy as all they want. I don't give a fuck. I thought of that. You think I ain't think of that? You think I'm really gonna kill with somebody? Nope. That's why I'm here now. Like I said, I ain't never seen myself doing this. I never imagined myself getting on here making content about some shit like this. Some shit I never even knew about. But they thought I was gonna be one of them dumb ones. That's what it was, man. When you spot the bullshit, they want to call you crazy. Call them what you want. So back to that though, and if you're a new target individual and you just so happen to see this by any chance, because I'm a hashtag in here. Like I said, you want to keep your interactions with other people limited. You want to observe but don't speak. You know what I'm saying? If I could take it back, a lot of the tactics that I peeped on to, I wouldn't have, spoke on and made noticeable that I noticed, because I do notice that they profile your targeting based on that, though. So although all our targeting is very much similar and a lot of us experience some of the things, it may be tweaked accordingly depending on you as an individual. Like some people deal with issues that I don't deal with in my targeting because I don't think it's built around my profile. Like some shit be happening to people in their program and I be saying it, and I see it happen to other target individuals who talk about it too, but I don't know, maybe it do happen, but it's nothing that trigger me, so I don't know, it's nothing I'm going to focus on. They probably do a lot more to me, color code and all that, but I stopped paying attention to that a long time ago. I only record, I ain't going to record a red car just parked out front when I walk outside. I ain't gonna do that because I already know how that look. And to be honest, all my vehicles have been red. Every vehicle I posted, the only car that won't red, my first car that won't red was the gold Buick they just wrecked. That was the first car, man. Let me see. My first car was a 1983 Cutlass Supreme, red with the tan top. My second car was a 1992 Cadillac DeVille. Yup, rose gold with the gold flakes. Let me see. Then my Mercury Milan, that was the same color as my lap. Oh no, I had a white Mitsubishi Montero. And my gold Buick. Yeah, but anyway, man, those are some of the tactics they put me through too. I witnessed. Like I said, when I'm watching other content creators, man, I watch for things that I go to on a daily basis. Some things you just can't fake, man. When you're able to go outside and continuously show the same pattern in and out. Like, how many times do you think I could literally exit my house and me and my neighbor are exiting at the same time before you think it's no longer a coincidence? How many times is too many times before it's no longer a coincidence? So even if I could record this day in and day out, that this happens 24/7 a day, most people who's already aware of the program and involved is still gonna brush it off or try to make it seem like something. So what? That doesn't prove anything, in your nerve gorilla shit. It's no way that can happen. You mean you're so wise, but you mean to tell me that every single time I walk out of my house, my neighbor is either walking out of their house with me, or when I'm pulling up and pulling off, they're doing the exact same thing with me? This is 9 times out of 10 every time I leave the house, and that's coincidence. You're weird, bro. Stop it, man. Like I said, man, you want to be careful, soak up as much information. Don't base your targeting completely about what you see all targeted individuals or people who claim to be targeted individuals. You're going to have trolls. You're going to have people who said, like I said, though, if what we talk about not so important or don't matter to certain folks, certain folks got a lot of time invested. Time is the most valuable thing we have here on earth. It's time. So I don't understand weird people who try to jump in this community and say that it's not going on. I never understand that because they're fully invested. You got other people out here who's a danger, just like other people who say that they're a targeted individual, but he don't target that or they don't target that. I don't know, it's weird. I understand what's going on, though. Like I said, I see the shit, man. Be leery on who you interact with. I'll keep them to a minimum if I was y'all, man. Even if y'all spot what's going on, sometimes it's best not to even speak on it because, you may be giving them ammunition for you because they ain't going to do nothing but use it against you. In the program, you ain't going to do nothing but see it increase more and more. It's your boy, Broken Matrix. I'm out.